The first case, isochoric process. In this case, we have a constant volume. We go from the initial state to the final state. V initial equals to V final. As we have a constant volume, so delta V equals to O, and you know omega equals to integral PdV. So d omega equals to O. You can say d omega, or you can say omega between initial state to the final state. D omega equals to O, so dq added or lost by the system equals to delta E. If we add Q, I mean Q hat, Q is positive. In this case, we have a positive value of U. I mean delta U, delta E, okay? U is the same as E. You can write delta E or delta U is the notation of the internal energy. If we lost a quantity of heat, Q is negative, so delta E must be negative. In the case of Q positive, we increase the internal energy. In the case of Q negative, in the case of Q positive, we increase the internal energy. In the case of Q negative, we decrease the internal energy. So if energy is added by heat to the system, you have to know we can add energy by heat, Q in joule. You can add energy by work, omega in joule, and also you can add energy by internal energy, E, also in joule. Okay, if we add energy by heat to the system at a constant volume, so all the energy will be transferred to the internal energy. Okay. Simple example. Here we have the initial state A. We go to the final state B by adding a quantity of joule by heat. I mean, I add Q equals to 400 joule. Initially, we have A. We go to the point B. VA equals to VB, but PB is greater than PA. You know, PA equals to NRTA divided by VA, and PB equals to NRTB divided by VB. Okay, you know N is constant, R is constant, VA is constant, VA equals to VB. And also here we have the same N with the same R and with the same V. If PB is greater than PA, so TB must be greater than TA. Okay? In this case, we have to increase the temperature. In this case, we must have, you know, if TB is greater than TA, so we increase the internal energy in this case. So we have here delta E must be positive. You know, if delta T is positive, delta T is positive. Delta E and delta T are proportional. Delta E is positive. Delta T, which is equal to TB minus TA, is positive. And we have Q hat. You know, we add this quantity of Q. So look here. Now we understand very well PB, PA, the change of TB and TA. We have Q hat. If you come to the example, simply, if you want to understand the situation between A and B, if we have a constant volume and you want to increase the pressure inside the volume, you have to add a quantity of heat. Okay, we have a fixed volume, I want to increase the temperature, we can give Q. So between A and B, Q is hot, is positive, is positive. Okay? Here we can divide PA by PB, this one by this one. We have N, R, VB equals to VA. We get finally PA divided by TA equals to PB divided by TB. Okay, it's a very important relation, can be used in the case of the isochoric example, in the case of V constant. Okay, I want to understand the physical meaning and the calculation by calculation. If we increase the pressure at a constant volume, we have to give heat. If I take the opposite direction, we have the initial state at B and we have the final state at A. Okay, so initial and final. We have a constant volume. I want to decrease P. Okay, so we have PA equals to NR TA divided by VA. We have PB equals to NR TB divided by VB. You know, here we have PA is less than PB. How can we decrease P? By releasing, we can release a quantity of heat. Okay, so from B to A, we have Q cold. Q is negative. So to decrease the pressure at a constant V, we release Q. Q is negative. To increase the pressure at a constant V, we have Q hot. Okay, so here at V constant, we have two cases. If we want to increase P, so we have to add Q hot. If we want to decrease P, we have to release Q cold. Q hot is positive and Q cold is negative. Okay, it's important. And in this case, we have a volume constant. So we have dE equals to dQ. In the case of Q positive, delta E is positive. Delta E is positive, so delta T is positive. Okay, you know, delta E and delta T changes in the same manner. Okay, if delta Q is negative, so delta E is negative, delta T is negative. You have to understand all these points.